Hi, such an honor to have you here. Welcome to ADN and welcome to Colombia. A lot of Marvel fans here.
Oh my gosh, it's such an honor. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Well, Anu, we know that in this Marvel universe, each character, the stories of each character are told in so many different ways. And I wanted to ask you, what do you think is this special asset that makes She-Hulk unique?
Hmm. Well, I'm very partial to her, but I feel like she's very, well, her as a character, I very much relate to her. She's very funny. She's self-deprecating. She's trying to get things right. And like Jennifer Walters, like will fall on her face a lot, but she picks herself right back up. Like she's a very funny, endearing person. And then I think the show itself, being able to play with the fourth wall and be able to play with a sort of self-awareness is really uh, that's a very fun space to mess around in. And so yeah.
And we see that despite the fact that we're talking about this world of superheroes, we see Jennifer and She-Hulk, well, we see her a lot of her human side, you know. Do you think this makes fans identify more with the story?
I really hope so. I mean, I definitely did because like these questions about identity and about how do you deal with life once you've become a superhero? Like, how do you balance that? That's a very real human question. It's sort of like, I mean, there's the grandness of being a superhero and having superpowers and being super strong and all of that. But I think this show really gets into the crevices of what that means and what that feels like. And I'm hoping fans will like connect to that journey that she goes through because we're also like watching her date and like like hang out with their friends and I feel like the actors and Tatiana do such a good job of really grounding what that feels like in a really real way.
Mm-hmm. Now that you're talking about Tatiana, how is a day on set? How's the work with all the cast?
Oh, they're so incredible. I mean, I like kind of always just want to talk about Tatiana and the rest of the cast because she's a genius. I mean, she's so funny and I think everyone knows from Orphan Black how good of an actor she is. And it was really fun to see like the comedic side of her. And then the rest of the cast, like Ginger Gonzaga, who plays Nikki, Renee, who plays Mallory, Josh Segarra's Pug, like they're just so joyful. And it was very joyful on set. Like I really enjoyed myself. I'm sure that there's like a lot of takes where you just hear me going, that was
Were
great.
you familiar with the She-Hulk story before this project, or was it a discovery along the way?
It was both because I was a big Incredible Hulk fan. Like I read a lot of those comics when I was a kid. My brother and I did, and then I started to really discover She-Hulk kind of along this journey. Like I obviously knew about She-Hulk, but I really dove into the comics over the past like couple of years, and she's become. I mean, yeah, I'm in love with her. I think she's so like I feel so close to her, and I also like really love at Jennifer as She-Hulk, the sort of confidence it gives her.
There's a lot of female talent behind the scenes, well, and in front of also. Do you think this is reflected on what we see on the screen?
I really hope so. I think it's, once you have that many different voices, you have all these women with different experiences. It's hard not to bring that to, you're working on a scene, say it's a scene with me and Tatiana and Ginger and Jessica, our creator. That's four women with four very different experiences, and that informs every scene. And so, yeah.
Before you were talking about this breaking of the fourth wall, what do you think this gives to the show?
I mean, it's such a fun way to be able to talk to the audience and play with your expectations, like kind of just say like, hey, we know what you think. Like we're talking to you directly. So I hope people are entertained by it. And yeah.
Well, do you have like a personal favorite episode or a scene, something you really attached to it, something?
Yes, I'm really looking forward for the episodes that are coming up
Okay.
for fans to see them. but I can't speak to that. So, but in the fifth episode, it was also really fun to watch Nikki and Pug go on their own little adventure. Like that was we were all very delighted by that too on set, being like, oh, these guys are fun together.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure to talk to you, and we cannot wait to see the rest of the episodes.
Oh, I'm so excited to see them.